Everybody, join the club. It's the Club World Cup on Footy Prime. Ocho! Everybody, join the club. It's the Club World Cup on Footy Prime. Ocho!
There we go. It's Footy Prime, everybody, this Saturday, getting you set for the Club World Cup, of which you can catch, as usual, on DAZN.com.
How much is that again?
It's free. It doesn't cost you a cent, JC.
More crack for me.
You know it. Calgary Hobo.
Need that.
Make sure you download the app, or you go on DAZN.com, sign up. It's free. And we saw a couple of great games yesterday. We have two more this Saturday. PSG, Bayern Munich. That's the early one at noon Eastern, followed by Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund. So an all-European affair today. I'm James Sharman. That was Jeff Cole, you heard. And that is Craig Forrest sitting beside me, kind of virtually. Craig, how you doing, pal?
Good. Not bad for a Saturday night and a late Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. There's some good games, right? It's coming down. We're almost at the end of this thing. And there will be 3 European teams in the semifinals.
Right.
The one non-European tilt yesterday had Fluminense taking care of Al Hilal 2-1. Now, before the match, they had the moment of silence for Diogo Jota. And I mean, my word, it was crazy. The emotion shown by João Cancelo and Ruben Neves in the lineup there. It was, if you didn't feel that, you don't feel anything, Craig. How does a footballer pull it all together and play a match when the emotions that raw?
Yeah, it's difficult, and it's not just this. I mean, it happens from time to time. Family members, you might not even hear about that, and then they deal with it, or players that have parents and family members that are kidnapped, and they're trying to deal with playing professional football as well as trying to deal with all the emotional side of that sort of thing. So it does happen, and it's obviously really, really difficult. I'm not sure how they switch off from that, quite honestly.
Yeah, it was Luis Diaz. Was it last year or the year before? I think the year before, wasn't it, when his dad was kidnapped back home in, I think, Colombia, and he still played the matches. And I suppose as an athlete, you use the game, the sport, as your outlet. Do you think that they're able to, I mean, I'm sure you've gone through similar things, emotional moments. Are you able to switch off once that whistle blows, or is it still there?
Yeah, you have to. You have to be able to switch off. It's still in the back of your mind, but you just have to go through the process of what you've been training to do your whole entire life, and that's playing football, and that's what you're good at. And you just get on with what you have, the task in hand. But it's never going to be easy. I mean, the emotions of those guys. I mean, it was something else, actually.
Both Cancelo and Neves, they both made it to the funeral earlier today as well.
Yeah,
having played yesterday, then jetted right over to Portugal for the funeral, where there are a lot of players, a lot of footballers. Obviously, a big contingent from Liverpool who've actually delayed the start of their camp. And you understand why. I think medicals were set for, I think, Monday, and it's being pushed back. They're heading out to Asia later this month for a pre-match, pre-season tour. But yeah, it's going to be an odd one for them, I think, all season long. You know what? It's not quite the same, but last year with Johnny Gaudreau and his brother in the hockey world being killed by a drunk driver. They were riding their bikes, of course, but still,
that's right.
A superstar hockey player and his brother both killed. And you saw how Columbus got through the season. Somehow, it just can't be easy, right?
Exactly.
Sadly, these things happen, right?
Yeah, and Jota, I mean, such a beloved character. I mean, the guy was just liked by everybody that come across him, players. And who is it, Robertson? Liverpool put out a statement about, I mean, it just crushed me all day.
Oh my God, it was a fantastic statement. And because they were so close. And he said he was the most British foreigner he'd ever met, and they joked about it all the time, how he fit in so well at Liverpool. He's made the effort, right? He made the effort.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
everyone does, you know.
No, even
did you see-
Jose Mourinho, I listened to what he had to say about it too. And as much as that guy's kind of a polarizing figure and can come out with some incredible statements, when it comes to personalities and personal one-on-one situations, the guy is actually, historically just been really, really good with players and putting it all together and trying to make some sense of it, which is impossible to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Did you see at the Oasis concert? So they their first performance in 16 years at Cardiff, massive, obviously, occasion. And I think they were playing, what song was it? I forget now, but they had an image of Jota on the screen. These are guys who are linked so extrinsically with Man City. And they don't hide it. They're proud City supporters. And to put that up, apparently it was a very emotional moment.
It is. And
Live Forever. It was Live Forever. That's the song.
Yeah. And, they love Man City and whatever, but they hate Liverpool. But they could put all that aside for somebody as great and the greatest personality as Jota had. That's nice to see.
It really was. So to the football. So Fluminense, they take care of Al Hilal. Craig, Al Hilal and Saudi football. I mean, listen, they've taken a lot of battering over the years, and their plans and their ambition, and sure that they crash out in the quarterfinals. But I think Saudi football has gained a lot of respect through this tournament on the pitch as far as the quality of the games.
Absolutely. I mean, they put together a decent side. I mean, very good side, in fact, and good players. And let's face it, they've got ample amounts of money to do it. It's probably the hardest part in Saudi football is attracting, players in their prime to come over and play. It's enticing, obviously, because the money is so large, but they've done themselves proud of the league for sure. In that league, there's like 3 or 4 very strong sides, and there's quite a few weak sides as well. So the actual depth of the league is probably a problem for the Saudis at the moment. But they certainly have the odd individual team and individuals that are playing that are top notch and perform very, very well.
Did you see the Thiago Silva pre-match speech for Fluminense? I think Wong put it on the dark web.
Yeah, I saw.
It was fantastic. Thiago Silva, who is he 40 now? I think he's 40 or close to, right?
He's 40. Yeah,
he's 40. Still leading the charge at the back there for Fluminense, and the message he sent to his teammates, essentially looking back at the World Cup in 2016, his stepfather was very sick, and he didn't take advantage and win the World Cup. And then his father soon died after, and he goes, "Don't waste the opportunity when it's here." Man, that's a captain, isn't it?
Oh man, yeah. And he's so right, because you can forget when you're in those positions that that moment is so close to you, and it's tangible. You can feel it, but you have to be able to go out there and actually perform, and don't let yourself underperform and let yourself down. And he's that was a great team talk. Really, really influential character. And him and the goalkeeper's 44. Fabulous 44.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's closing in on all Peter Shilton's all-time record for appearances. And he played his entire career in Brazil. Quite astonishing.
Well, that speech, though, I was thinking, I mean, it's great when it works and when they win. How many of those speeches have been, broadcast to their teammates, and then the result doesn't go their way? I'm sure before that match in 2016, Brazil, Germany, I'm sure there was
that was 2014, wasn't it?
Was it 14? Was it? Okay, whenever it was, yeah, 14.
Yeah.
But okay, when any big loss, I mean, I'm sure there was incredible, powerful speeches before every match, right? And then you just don't talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they let that video slide when they lost. They lose 7-0 or something.
That's not on social media, that one, no. But I mean, it happens in every match. Every match that's ever played, a captain or a manager says some inspirational words before a match, and generally speaking, one team's going to win. Might be a draw, but I always find that amusing. You see these great snippets of, motivational, inspirational, and then, you see it when when it all goes right. Will there be a similar speech before the semi-final? Probably
will be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the man himself too, and the success that he's had that give it a lot of power to that speech as well. It's not like some, 2-bit players trying to rah his team.
Yeah, he's
He's
done
been
it
there,
right.
done it.
Yeah, have you ever been in a room where someone's trying to inspire the troops and they're not the right person to do it? And it's like, what are you doing? Sit down. Does that happen?
Yeah, exactly. You suck.
Who are you? You haven't even got a team. You're unattached.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I can't see any trophies here in your bio.
No, don't yell at me.
Yeah.
You know who I am? But Silva, man, I mean, he's almost underrated, I think. He's one of the great defenders to ever play in the Premier League. That move to Chelsea was just so successful. He was so great. But I still don't think he gets the respect like, other, famous centre-backs in the Prem. Does Virgil van Dijk get more love than Thiago Silva? I think he probably does.
Probably does.
And he deserves the love, obviously. But Thiago Silva, I mean, within Chelsea circles, obviously he's revered. But I mean, when you're building an all-time, I know maybe because he wasn't there quite long enough, but when you're building an all-time Premier League 11, he's got to get some thought and some votes for centre half, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's probably you're probably right. How long he was there probably will hurt.
Trying to think
that sort of thing. When you look at the greats in the Premier League, defenders like Tony Adams and that back in the day in Arsenal. Before the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, JC, can you look up Thiago Silva? How long he was at Chelsea for? Because it may have. I'm going to say, was it more than 3 years?
Yeah,
4 years. I'm guessing.
And they didn't. I think there were some downsides in that period too, right?
Yeah. What? Yeah. I'm not going to find out. Maybe he didn't win anything at Chelsea. I'm sure he did.
He's a very calm character, though, isn't he? He just doesn't seem to be fazed by any of it. Like he's
nothing.
Always been like that. Even when he was inexperienced, he was calm.
Yeah, okay. Here he is. So with Chelsea, so you won the Champions League. Pretty important. Didn't win the Prem.
113 games over 4 years, or technically 5 years. 20, 21, 22, 22.
That's a fair few.
Yep. So he won the Champions League, and that's why he's a legend there. He won the Super Cup. He won the Club World Cup in 2021. That was a great 2021. FA Cup runner-up and League Cup runner-up. So, yeah, hasn't quite got the trophy cabinet as some of those greats I mentioned, but he's got the Champions League. And we know how good he was. It wasn't because of Thiago Silva that Chelsea didn't win the Premier League.
What are his records for his other clubs? I mean,
okay, so he was at PSG, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ligue 1 titles.
Jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 French Cup titles.
He's as tall as I claim to be.
6 foot.
Oh, I say I'm 5'11", but I'm 5'10" and like a smidge.
He's not 5'10".
5'11".
He's more than that, isn't he?
I don't think so.
No. For a centre back, really?
Oh yeah. Quite amazing.
He won the Confederations Cup with Brazil back in 2013. Listen, he's had an incredible career, but the trophy cabinets outside of France is somewhat underwhelming. But that's not on him. He would have slipped into any of those great dynasties, I think, and done a job there. He's really only 5'11". I always thought of him as being this towering centre back. Anyway,
that says a lot about a guy. If his presence makes him seem a lot bigger. It's like Craig. Craig's actually 5'6".
Yeah,
but he seems so large. Well, his torso's 5'6".
That's a torso,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You throw
legs are only 2'6".
It's still a massive creature, impressive human being. Speaking of Thiago Silva and his previous team, Chelsea, they beat Palmeiras 2-1. Let's talk about these goals, Craig. All right, these are beauties. Cole Palmer open the scoring for Chelsea. I mean, we know how good he is. He's a star, but look at this touch.
Oh, I know.
Right there. Opens it up and then goes, I guess, near side with his left. What a great goal. Let's replay that again. These goals, I'm going to go back and forth, Grace. You talk it through from the goalkeeper's perspective, maybe.
From the goalkeeper's point of view?
Yeah, I mean, is it the first touch that scores the goal for him, do you think, here?
Yeah, and that little adjustment to pace as well, like, and have it, because he has a little peek over his shoulder. He knows where all the defenders are, and he's wanting the ball. Like, he puts his hand out, like, give me the ball. I've got a little bit of space here, and he knows that he turns back into it, that he's going to open himself up. Then he takes another little touch just to take the ball away from him. So from the goalkeeper's point of view, he's favored really to go to the keeper's right. The defenders are blocking to the left. You would expect him to go where he did. And I think the goalkeeper is slightly a little bit too far adjusted to the left-hand side, as opposed to just adjusting yourself a little bit more quickly to the right-hand side as Cole Palmer opens himself up, because he's going to put it that side for the most part, unless he tries to cut it back, but you hope your defenders would block it. See, the defenders here, a guy comes across, he misses it, and then you got bodies there that you hope would block that ball to your bottom left. So he needs to adjust, I think, just a little bit quicker. Only another step, like a half a step, couple feet to his right-hand side. I think he might have saved that.
And maybe close down the midfielder here as well, a little quicker.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
I mean, look at how quickly he does that. It's just...
He's walking in there, though. There's Look at the space.
Yeah.
Then he's been closed down. By that point, it's too late.
Well, I mean, it seems like a lot of space for him. It is, but it really wasn't. I mean, there's still 4 players in and amongst them within a couple of yards, but he makes it look as though that he's got about an acre of space.
But this guy here, though, I don't know who got the ball to him, though. I mean, look, he just wanders in from the halfway line, right?
Yeah.
And the Fluminense guy is the Palmeiras player there, just not closing him down. Okay, so that's a great goal by Palmer. And then here's the second one by Evason, who is actually going to be a Chelsea player next year, 18 years of age. This is kind of the build up to this takes a while. He actually is on the ball early on in this series of play here. But again, it's a tight angle. And this kid, 18, I don't know where you get that confidence from, but Chelsea have a very good kid coming to this team. Look at this. I got a touch there. And then top shelf. Again, I mean, he looks like he's 15. Do you question the keeper there, Craig? I mean, it's just such a great touch.
Yeah, you have to protect your net first. If you look what the goalkeeper's doing here, he actually thinks he's going to try to cross it. So he cheats off the post a little bit. There's a good replay of it. I think the second one after, there is a replay where he's off the post a little bit and he doesn't expect the shot. And it's a really tight angle. But I think we don't get replays, and sadly on what's available to us here, we just get the one angle. Yeah, but look at his positioning. He's not tight to the post. He's expecting that cross, adjusting to that cross. Yeah, it's not great. What you call it, cheating off the post a bit. And how about the final goal here, the winner? There's a big deflection, right? Yeah, it was. So in that case, the keeper looks bad, right? But do you give him? Yeah, he does look a little bit like he doesn't adjust to the deflection very well. He's a 37-year-old guy, and he actually looked like he was 57 a little bit. He's just trying to, yeah. But the deflection, you can't overly blame him, but it was definitely savable. Yeah, and it was a late goal, late winner for Chelsea. That's right. On the way there to perhaps an upset, but Chelsea progress. They move on through, which they went for the gusto. The gusto, yes. Well done. So there we have it then. Looking at what's coming up, we've got Fluminense against Chelsea in one semi-final. And as mentioned, we've got PSG, Bayern Munich, and we have Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund. No word yet at time of recording whether Mbappe is going to be available for Real Madrid. But out of those two, I mean, they're two great games, Craig, aren't they? Really, there isn't. I mean,
Dortmund's had a good run in this tournament after a pretty so-so season. It's still considered this past season, this, by the way, right? It doesn't feel like it, but it is.
This is it. Like, is it last year? Is it this year? Is it preseason? These European clubs, there's definitely a, like, when they're talking about, oh, there's so many goals in the season, it's like, oh, we're still in the last season.
It's so
very confusing.
Yeah. Yeah. I to me, it feels like it's the start of a new season, but World Cups, and they're always the end of the previous. Who cares? It doesn't matter. When these guys get home and they realize, okay, now, we've got a week off and they're back in training camps, that's when it's going to be a bit of an issue.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun. And another full Saturday. Are you watching both games today, Craig? One game? What's your viewing pleasure today?
Yeah, I'll definitely try to catch both of them.
Yeah.
Lots of football.
Yeah. I think Real Madrid ownership said they're giving 1 million euros to each player if they win this thing. That's a bonus. 1 million euros.
That's a bonus. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah,
there's a lot of money in this tournament. A lot of money.
I haven't seen any evidence, Craig, throughout the tournament of teams taking it lightly either. Players seem up for it, right?
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, every round is every club's getting bonuses. Not maybe 1 million for winning it, but I would imagine pretty close.
Yeah.
And is there something maybe to being that first team to set the bar because it's the inaugural?
Yeah, in this format for sure.
Well, and it's a legitimate. You are the world champion. I mean, in the past, they've had Club World Cups, and are you really when there's like 4 teams, playing, and you get a bye to the final if you're the European team? Does it really feel like you're actually the world champion? I'm not sure it does, but you win this, you're the world champion.
I like the fact that we're seeing, like Argentinian, Brazilian football, like lots of teams coming up, and yeah, those leagues traditionally certainly haven't been the strongest because their best players are playing. They're going to be enticed to go to Europe. But there's more money in Brazilian football now than there used to be. So that's something. I mean, they are dragging some players into that league that are older and established, but they do have a lot of other players. And not all of them are Brazilian too. They sell their players off to Europe, and then they look at countries in around Brazil, and there's Colombians playing for those clubs, Chileans, and so they sort of dabble in that market down there, and with great success. So it's been fun to watch, and the crowds and the support of those South American teams has been second to none.
It really has. We're going to be missing out on that a little bit, I think. And if just one South American team in the semi-final, you miss out on that, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, listen, we'll get into this more as the weeks go on. But there's been talk about a player strike against the FIFA calendar. Too much football. So I think there will be changes to the calendar, but this thing isn't going anywhere. It's just too lucrative for the teams, and they might whine about it, but the ownership won't be. They'll be saying, no, we're going to do this.
Exactly. I mean, even the CONCACAF region is $5 million for the club to win that, and the Whitecaps were recently in the final. Mm-hmm. So that winning that, you get $5 million for that, and then entrance into the Club World Cup, which gets you another $10 million guaranteed, and then you got game bonuses and things like that. So you're looking at $20 million for a CONCACAF team just to get in there.
Yeah, that's why. That's why it's not going anywhere. It's going to be back.
Imagine what's going on in the Oceania group. They got,
no
Auckland.
Kidding.
It's like, hold on a minute. They got $10 million.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's why we'll be back in 4 years' time covering this and mentioning you can watch it for free on DAZN. Just get the app or go to DAZN.com and watch it all tournament long for free. If you haven't yet, give it a try because it's been a lot of fun. And there's some massive games this Saturday, and we'll break them down for you tomorrow here on Footy Prime. So thanks, Craig. Thanks, JC. I'm Shams, and we'll chat to you very soon. Cheers for watching and listening. Bye-bye.
Everybody join the club. It's the Club World Cup on Footy Prime.
I forgot that was my job today.
Oh, yeah.
It was 20 minutes ago, in fairness.
Everybody join the club. It's the Club World Cup on Footy Prime. Ocho!